but it's still so pretty, and
Look
you'll
how
have
dark it got because of the mountain.
yeah, you'll have a lot to choose from.
I don't know how they navigate this at 100 miles an hour.
Well, I'm glad you're not trying to.
Of course I'm not trying to. I'm trying to stay. But did you see that guy whip around me?
Yes. Oh, look at that mountain.
Or Gina! Love it.
Please turn right at the stop sign and continue to follow the B187.
Thank you, bunnies.
Road for 32 kilometers.
I was going to say, those are the bunny slopes.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind trying that one. The bottom part.
Yeah, not that top steep part.
Surprised there's nobody on it.
I mean, it is
Golf.
Is it Thursday? Yeah, I think it's Thursday.
Yeah, it's Thursday.
I think they've turned the refugee camp into a golf course in Göppingen.
There are people on it, Dad. They're just little. They're little specks. That's a big slope, like wide.
You see it's manicured.
And look at that town below.
I hope you're getting that because I
I
can't
am.
really watch.
I'm getting it.
The church steeples.
That's right with that church.
So this is in Austria.
Look at how that, no snow, how different it all looks.
Yeah, this is pretty much the end of their season here.
It's a castle. This is Fusen. This is a little village.
Yeah, George ought to be able to get great.
I'm filming.
Oh, that's gorgeous. Yeah, but that
little town. There's Neuschwanstein. Come, let's get us with them in the background. Where is it?
Where do you want me?
Oh, there it is. It's right there. It's a video. On the mountain, but it has sure melted down here.
All these roundabouts, but I may have just not been paying attention. I was 9 years
old. In half a mile, at the roundabout, take the first exit onto Boller Strasse.
So you went to school on base or a local school?
In Göppingen, I went to military. Well, yeah, it was in the military or the American area. We didn't actually live on the base. Kind of confusing, but I'll show you.
I just saw school, I wondered. Brown building. And then look higher up on the mountain, there's another town.
Yeah.
Well, this is Göppingen.
Okay.
What we're looking at
down
now.
down in the valley. Because we keep going down, and my ears keep pop.
Yeah.
In 1,000 feet, use the right lane to turn right onto Bahnhofstrasse.
We're in Göppingen, and we went to a bookstore.
Surprised they don't have Göppingen facing outward. The wording on any.
It might just be because of the wind. Cause see those things spin. But now we're walking down the street. All of the places we've been have the Ukrainian flag up. Now we're gonna find a place to eat lunch.
And we are sitting out in Göppingen, getting ready to eat something. Trying to decide what we're going to eat. There's Georg. A neat little place to sit out. It's not too cold. Anybody know what the temperature is?
It's currently
Göppingen is where George. Did you live here or did y'all vacation here?
he lived here.
Well, we lived near.
Lived just outside of Göppingen. And it's 51 degrees. I can't believe we're sitting out here. George is the only one who has a coat on. But we're loving it.
Deutsch-Amerikaner, ne? Weil hier hat gestanden Euro oder Dollar.
Ah.
Ja?
Ja,
Ja, ist gut. Das ist für Sie.
ja.
Und hier
Das
braucht
ist
man eine
Unterschrift.
Unterschrift. Thank you very much.
Vielen Dank.
Österreich or
Nein.
Französisch?
Grieche.
Oh.
Ja.
Oh, okay.
Ich bringe Sie eine Rechnung gleich, ne? Rechnung kriege ich gleich.
Right.
Dankeschön. Thank you.
Vielen Dank.
Vielen Dank.
Third exit and stay on Manfred Warner Strasse.
You can turn around. This was the base.
In 200 meters, turn
They're right
right
there?
on
There's a guard
Left
post right
Strasse.
here, yes. And turn right. And these apartments are not the ones that were there, but they're in the same place.
Oh, they look pretty old.
Yeah.
Oh, now it's
John Steinbeck.
Strasse.
They like those authors.
Yeah.
So,
Should be able to go
Ooh.
around the corner.
Looks like they had a fire.
Yeah, yeah, I did. Now these are not the buildings that were here, but they're in the same place as.
Like the same footprint?
So, yeah, when you come around here, okay, this is the building that I lived in. Keep going to the roundabout, to the circle. Now that building straight ahead of you was not there. Okay. Yeah, just stop here. I'm going to get out.
Do you want to record?
Right here on the end. Okay. And it was very stark. And there was a sandbox here where this is. Okay. This hill didn't have any building on it. But behind this building is the officers' club, and it's still there. We're going to go around and see that. But this is the hill I used to sled down, and we would turn the corner and go on down to the creek, which is right down here. None of these walking paths were here. This was just all field.
Look, ping pong tables.
You know, see the fence into there? That is the base. That's the Army. That was Cooke Barracks. And again, this path wasn't here. And that's the creek that we didn't have all this brush here. You could walk right down to the creek without any of this crap. Now you can kind of see that gray building back there. I think that's going to be the officers' club. But you imagine without this building on the side of the hill went up higher, and so it was a much longer distance. And if you got going at the top of the hill, you could sled all the way down to the creek.
Did you ever fall in the freezing creek?
Norman did.
Sounds about right.
But I did not. But we would, in this forest up here, we would just take off into those woods.
Do you want to walk up there?
We're going to go drive around. Okay. So that's the building had it didn't have any balconies at all. That's not there. And it was 3-story. Well, it was 4-story because it had 3 stories of living. Had a basement where we had our storage and our bicycles, and we did our laundry. But then there was a 4th floor on the pitched gable roof that had dormers, and we had a playroom up there that was like 2 apartments wide at the end, and we would take our little toy army soldiers and tie handkerchiefs to them and throw them out the window as parachutists. And have them come down and land, and we'd come down and get them.
Y'all watch it.
Yeah. There's Dog Dookie.
Really?
Yeah.
They believe in fertilizer. Okay, so and that's why they put in the walking
Were those
path.
ping pong tables there when you were here?
They look like they could have been.
No, like I said, the only thing out here, there was a sandbox, and I was sitting in our front window. And our cars were parked the way those are. Well, there was a bit of a slope because the boy who lived across the hall in that next apartment got in playing around in his dad's car and took it out of gear somehow, and the car rolled back, and I hollered, and my dad was in the apartment at the time, and he banged on the door of the guy, and he came out, and 2 of them got to the car and got it stopped right as it crashed into the corner of the sandbox. None of this stuff was here except, like I said, a square wood frame that had sand in it. That was a sandbox, and that's all we had.
Still a playground.
Yeah, but none of this relief. There was no trees until we got down to the creek. So And this is all.
You lived in the apartment when your dad was stationed here?
Yeah,
back
he
in
was.
those-
Yeah, he was stationed. He would drive to work up that hill.
I'm
into
surprised
the-
he didn't walk.
No, he didn't. And this is where there was actually parking on both sides of this little street here. And I packed snow behind the tires of his car when it was parked over here one time. And he went to go, and he couldn't get the car to move.
Because you had put snow behind his tires?
Yeah, I'd packed snow,
Did
so
it as a joke?
I don't know.
Just playing?
Just playing. In the corner here, there was right in here was a the furnace. I see it. There was. I'll bet that tree is the same one that was there. But anyway, there was no fancy walkway, but we would walk between those buildings. This building was here, but there was another building right here, and these two were both enlisted buildings. There's a sergeant that lived in this building that they opened two apartments together because he had 13 kids. When we got to the 13th anyway, they gave him the second apartment and knocked the hole through the two. This was an apple orchard right across the way here.
Yeah, they didn't change the name, Alex. This is Burlesque Bell.
Of course, none of this was here. These are garages. We didn't have any garages. We didn't have any of these buildings. But there was a building. See, this building, see, that's the back of our building. And this was the bachelor officers' quarters. So if you weren't married and you were an officer and you needed, this was temporary housing for them and that sort of thing. Now this is the old building back here that was the officers' club. That building is probably the original.
That one?
Yes. And you see that wall was there, and then down, once you got down to that wall, there was a little flat area, and then it went downhill to our apartment. But that was the officers' club, and that was a big deck out there that we would walk from that building. Okay, again, this was an apple. There used to be a German store. That's where we would get our brochure and uniforms. Some of these streets may have changed.
Yeah, this is Martin Luther King, so I'm sure it was up there.
Or it had a different name. They're somewhere along in here, and the building's gone, so it doesn't matter, but it was where the commissary, you know, it's like our grocery store. And that back there is our school.
The same? Except
Now all of this front has been added to it, so it doesn't look at all the same. That
They're
this. Again, this was all, and it wasn't a two-story building, so that's not it. That's somebody. It's up the road. But anyway, it was a little German store. Very tiny shop. Looked like electric fences. Just to turn around. No. We pretty much, except to come to this little store, we never came over here. Intersection, and that was the street to go to Göppingen. And then right up here, where you see this building sticking out, was the guardhouse, and you know there would be a guard standing out here, and you had to have proper identification to get up in here if you came through the gate. I'll bet that's a walk. But probably somewhere out of was where the PX was, and that's also where the gas station was. Then we'd pull off there for that. And I don't remember exactly where my dad worked up here. But anyway, this was all the military operation.
I wonder if that's an original building or not.
I don't think so.
Looks like an
as I
industrial park
recall,
now.
It was just one story. There was nothing multi-story up here. Like none of these modern things were here at all. And up at the top of the hill, there was a structure we called the Glass House. It was an apartment building for the highest officers, you know, the base commander and all of those kind of people.
Is that building back there as a military?
No. Now, yeah, that might have been. Yeah. And that plate building looks similar to what I was telling you about, Glass House, that they called it. They just have a modern name. And there is I think a train depot back in there somewhere that may have been where we went to. I'm going to pull it up. And I'm sure none of, like there was a movie theater that we could go to on base. It was up here. There was a church. This has become an industrial German complex here.
Is that tower original?
I don't know.
Or from right to the right?
I don't remember it, but it looks old, doesn't it?
What if this was a military base? I don't know if it had towers.
Well, it's a fire station. For Göppingen, or one of them. I don't think these industrial buildings, they don't look familiar at all. And I don't remember that tower, Alex, to be honest with you. And it could have been here, but I don't remember. This is certainly new.
A John Deere company.
Really?
Göppingen Group.
Now that building could have been there. See, it really wasn't a big base.
What was the name of the base?
Cooke Barracks. C-O-O-K-E.
And when did it stop being, or when was it handed back to the Germans?
I think your Uncle Norman was here when that happened. So whenever he was stationed in Germany, I don't remember.
It would have been in the 70s, right?
It was, yeah, it had already happened before we got married, I think. May have been yeah, those are all new buildings. You know what that was. So they didn't preserve my kitty memories. That's a church. And
Looks like a church. Does that look like the one?
yeah.
The name of the church. Looks old enough.
And then I think the movie theater was somewhere right around in here. How about that? Let's see. It would have been a non-denominational church. I mean, they had Catholic services and yeah. think there's railroad tracks down there too. But anyway, the fence for the base ran along that side of the creek down there, and we would go back along the creek and then cut up through a hole in the fence to come here to the theater. So aren't y'all impressed? Well, this was the trip for me. Not too much is the sun.
That's what happens. Did you carve your name in a tree or anything?
No. Didn't have a knife back then, dear.
Not even a Boy Scout knife?
I wasn't old enough. I lived in the Cub Scouts for a very brief period there. But... So if you can imagine this building not being here, and there was a hill that started up here and went all the way. That's why it was a nice sledding hill.
And probably lots of snow.
Yeah. Starting in early November.
That looks like an old building to the right.
That's the officers club I showed you. That's why I wanted to come up here.
How about that path you walked down?
There's a path in the woods.
Yeah. Now this was a pine forest. There was no deciduous trees here. So they've cut all the timber. And see, that's a wall behind the building, and it's like a big patio on the back side of that building. And that was the officers club. And then the main dining room had windows and doors that faced that patio. And every Friday night, the special was all you can eat fried shrimp. So we ate at the officers club.
Well, Dad, go stand like under that door. Yeah, we'll get your picture. That's a cool roof line.
It really is. You get different angles.
Oh, shucks. There. What's the word for east?
What?
What's the German word for east? Does it start with an O? Because
Yeah. Yeah, that is the weather vane. Give you the direction. Yeah. But we would climb that wall as kids. So I'm glad that building.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's cool. Oh, again, I wonder what it is now.
No idea.
There was a little path in the woods.
Yeah, that's. Again, these were all. It was a planted pine forest actually up here, and right in this area, this field right below, we would dig up fossils of fossilized bullets. You know,
Gosh.
yeah. That so there may have actually been a skirmish or battle or something here. So that was very curious for us.
Especially with your dad's occupation.
Now that path might just have worn since they poured the concrete path.
I don't think so. I think they've actually put down gravel and made a pathway, and then the grass is just kind of taken over. But see, that creek is, you can tell where it is by the trees down there. Yeah, see, this is poured gravel for the path. But we would come through the woods here and then make our way down to the creek. And there's if you walk far enough, there's actually a concrete structure down by the water. I don't know what it was, but by structure I mean almost like a building size concrete thing. That's a path. Take that. But even the, yeah, see, this is going to go down toward the creek. See the slope on the other side? And the fence was running up at by the top of that hill. Oh, this is a footbridge across the creek, I think. Didn't have no stinking bridges.
Yeah, look, it goes all the way up over there.
Yeah. Yeah, that was definitely not there. I'm going to get to the bridge.
I'll take your picture on the bridge.
Okay. We didn't have any paths out here. We just kind of made our way through the woods. You can see it's just a little creek.
Yeah, you could probably just jump over it.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we did.
Kind of reminds me of the creek that's at the farm.
Yeah, except at the spring. It's this has got a little more water in it. But look how clear.
Oh yeah, right down to the bottom.
Yep. This bridge wasn't out here. And we went back much further. So.
Well, stop. Let me take your fotografieren. 1, 2, 3.
Hi.
Very cool.
like they've knocked all the trees down. Yeah, we go way on back in there as kids. That's what we do on Saturdays and Sundays. Actually, Saturday matinee, we'd come back here. That's how we got to the theater. And my allowance was 25 cents. It either cost 25 cents or 15 cents to go to the matinee on Saturday. And you'd watch a cartoon and or a couple of cartoons, and then a feature film. I remember one of the features was Sinbad the Sailor.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, with bad animation for the monsters, the Cyclops.
Yeah. So that's the Officers Club.
Very ground 60 years ago.
You did.
How far did your mother?
Pretty far into the woods.
Okay.
She's probably back in the car.
Yeah. I knew it was going to be a hike for her.
Just that last hill.
Yeah.
Getting cold.
Yeah.
But this is where you used to play as a kid.
Yes, it is.
Oh, it's very cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Now we just need to find that same spot in Eva Beach.
Oh, yeah. Well, I showed your mom.
Before my time.
40 years ago. Yeah. 44 years ago now, I think.
Mama.
Did she not have the key?
No, I have it.